Hello, welcome back to Dark Souls. Oh, last time we die, and now the world dies. The whole world. You could say it's a real everything must die edition, except for me. Prepare to die, but everything dies, except me. Look, it's a gargoyle. A singular gargoyle, thus being infinitely less strong than before. And also we have a much better weapon, and higher levels. But they have lightning. The lightning was of no match. You could say that because there wasn't fire, and fire is lit with matches. If you want to be extra goofy about it, like I do, I want to be goofy. At least sometimes. Painting Guardian! You could get a backstab there, if it let you get a backstab. My health is still very low. Still must very much pay attention. Once I get dexterity up to 40, I will pump everything else into health. Up until 40. And then if I get that far, which, what level am I? 50? So that's 29 more into dexterity. So I should get about 40 health by the end. If I kill all the bosses. Come here. Come hither. Hither here. He does not want to hither. Now he hither. That's a little goofy thing that happens with all of them. They just can't handle those corners correctly. Here's a spell. You can get a spell from that. I always shatter that chandelier. It's odd how it doesn't make sound when it crashes. But I guess it's like 1,000 floors down, so it's like... It's so low down there that it didn't make any sound, because it was so far away from you. But I don't see the logic there. That thing is huge. That chandelier is massive. What a lady that is. Very well endowed. Thank you, Japan, for that one. Strangely endowed, strangely. You know, women in Japanese games never seem to cover up much, do they? It's as if someone in the game development cycle is like, hey, you know what would make this game a little spicier? This game about killing dragons and things. A huge lady. Who barely covers anything. Western games were like that for a while too, but... I guess Japanese games just never went past that. That said, this was 2011. Maybe they did go past it. And just no one ever saw. Or maybe they didn't go past it and they were like, this is making games sell very well. So why would we? You have to wonder if it's a marketing thing, or someone in the development cycle is actually perverted. Which one is it, I wonder? Could be a little bit of both, to be honest. So this guy, he will try to attack you, and then he will back up. But the only way he can back up is off the cliff. So isn't that a goofy haha when it actually happens? Come on. Back up. Back off the cliff. Yeah! That attack he will always do a back up on. Like lunges forward and then jumps back. See? Come on, man. Come on. These are some of the strangest enemies in the game. And this game has some strange enemies. These are like weird angel things with their brains hanging out. And massive tails. And sometimes they're friendly, sometimes they're not friendly. Oh yeah, sometimes damage is calculated weird when going down slopes, so be careful. You might want to go down slopes a little gentler. Get these guys to follow you, and sometimes one of them just jumps off. You might want some lightning resistance on your shield for these guys. There he goes. Thanks, Dark Souls. So anyway, we're at the archers. For some, it is the hardest part of the game. For others, it is the easiest part of the game. And for all, it is the jankiest part of the game. Just gotta make it so that they either fall off, or you get your good timings in. Singular Stabular, at this point, kills them. So get that Singular Stabular in. Walk off, yeah! That's what I like to see. Walking down slowly because that damage calculation. Sometimes you run down this thing and then suddenly your health is at half. Because it thinks you like fell down a big slope. Maybe that's a high frame rate issue. There are a few weird high frame rate issues in Dark Souls. One of them being if you slide down a ladder, you might just fall through the planet at the end of the ladder. But anyway, it's Solaire. I don't know how, but he survived. And he got here before us. He's a tough guy. Super tough man. Talk to me more. But anyway, have to level up to get strengther. Have to use some souls. I'll use my biggest souls. I'll use all my souls and see how much that leaves me with. I can use these because I'm not planning on purchasing any boss upgrades, boss weapons. Don't use these on your first playthrough because you might use them for boss weapons later. But do use them if you know what you're doing. Do use boss souls if you know what you want and what you don't want. If you're using souls, then for some reason it takes you out of the menu sometimes. Like there. It happens most of the time. I don't know why it didn't happen that one time. This may seem like a waste, like I'm wasting souls, but I'm not. I'm using souls. I think it's a waste to just carry them around like this. There should be an auto-pop feature. I think some mods allow for auto-popping of souls once you gain them. But look at that damage output. 348. And then double-handed. 355. That's only 7 points difference, but hey, it's there. Enough for instant kills on these guys. More than enough, even. If you go that way, you'll find Havel's set of armor, and that's pretty good. If you go that way, there's like a sunlight metal. And if you go all the way up, there's lots of different things to find. And also a shortcut that lets you skip like most of the zone. Where are you? You stinking enemies who want to kill me. Spearman. Beware the spearman. Door. And now you can just walk through here instead of doing weird jumps. In these chests you will find the Silver Knight armor. It's not Black Knight armor, but it's pretty good anyway. It's heavy though, so be looking out for that equip load. It looks cool, but it's heavy. Cool stuff always is heavy. Usually. There's a Titanite demon, just in case you want some demon Titanite. There's an air raid siren going off in real life. They always do that on a Saturday, which is what today is. This video will probably be up tomorrow. Probably be up tomorrow. But on Saturdays, they always do the air raid siren because they're testing out their weather warning system. There's a blacksmith down there. So that's why I'm going this way. I'm showing you the blacksmith. He will upgrade your stuff to boss weapon territory. And he will sell you Twinkling Titanite, but I don't want any of that. I want to get this ring. Normally you have to kill him to get the ring, but you can just jump past him a bit. Do a little bit of jankiness. And then you have the Hawk Ring. What does the Hawk Ring do? It extends bow range by like a little bit. You get a bit more range on your bows and arrows. More arrows than your bows. Not that that'll ever be too useful. Unless you want to be a sniper. No sniper, no sniping. Like this guy. These two huge knights always give me a little bit of trouble. Because they always attack you at once. Oh. Okay. They tag-teamed me. Somehow that feels not good to have happened to me. Look at that backstab. That's enough to kill it too. I wonder how much HP it has. I wish there were some sort of item that let you see their HP. I like getting that sort of data. Like in The Binding of Isaac, I always like getting the little spider item that lets you see how much HP something has. I mean, it doesn't tell you the number, but it gives you health bars. And it's not that useful, but I like seeing it anyway. And yes, it usually leads to failure, but I like it anyway. There's a window up there that is broken in this game, but in Dark Souls 3 it is not broken. In fact, you have to break it in Dark Souls 3, yet that game takes place later in the timeline. So, incontinuities. Funny incontinuities. Here's another way to beat these guys. You can plunging attack them. Good old reliable plunging attack. At least when it works. And when they don't attack you while you're falling. But anyway, shortcut. If you want to run from the first bonfire all the way over here, I guess this is a shortcut. Technically a shortcut, technically. It lets you get around Anor Londo easier. Four swings. That is enough to fell you, you great one, you. That may have sounded like a compliment, but it was not meant to be. Teehee. Now this boss fight coming up is technically 2 boss fights, because you have to do phase 1 and then phase 2. So you might want to get 10 Estus flasks. Or you might just want to get really good at the fight. One or the other. Be wary of Fatty. Yes, yes, technically true. Ornstein and Smo. If you want the better reward, you kill Smo first. Because Ornstein gives you a ring and his soul. So if you're going for the all rings, I don't know if there is an all rings trophy, but if there is, then kill Ornstein. Kill Smo first. Come here, you big person. You big large person. No. No! Don't kill me. Just get in the range of killing me, and then let me kill you. I think I'm gonna try locking off. It seems like a neat strategy, and you can maneuver around a little easier with the camera locked off. However, it is much more difficult, because you need to control the camera while fighting. Dude, they just did a combo on me. Jumped away in order for his buddy to attack me. This is probably the best multi-enemy, multi-boss boss fight that they've ever done. They've tried to do it again and again, but they've just never done it quite as well. Many people have tried a fight like this, but just, they've never done it. They've never quite done it. Anyway, have to run back. Item, item, no item. Ow. Why do you hurt me so, sir? I usually use Solaire for this fight, so doing this on my own is a little different, a little tougher. But who ever liked games on easy mode? The backswing. The backswing killed me. Or almost killed me. No! Oh! Good one, good one. You scamp. You silly scamp, you. I almost had him. You saw it. I almost had him. You seen it. I should really parry these guys. But it's more dangerous. But also more fun. And more damaging, which is also more fun. Drop items, you stinky people. You stinky silver people, like me. I am also silver. I am the silver serpent. I take your souls, but I am greedy because I want more. More souls. You go that way, and I go this way. Ha 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 ha. Ring around the rosy. You two, go away from me. I need those souls, you see? Oh! His hammer, like, carried me away. Dude. Oh. Narrow misses. Except for that one. That was a hit. Come at me, you big man. Don't come at me, you little man. No! I have begun to frustrate. But it's the good kind of frustration. Not that kind. That kind was the bad kind of frustration. Dude. You're dead. Dead now. Get deaded. There. That did not need that much health taken away. Get out of here. Now he drops an item. Now he does. Does that get rid of lightning? Perchance? Per happenstance? Silver. That does. Silver. More lightning, magic, and fire. So it's just all around better. Same roll. So I guess this is our shield now. Thank you, Silver Man. You come at me this way. Ha 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 ha. Tee hee 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 hee. Souls should be that way. He was jumping away when I attacked him, so it did a little bit more damage. It went up from like 260 to 400. 290 to 400. Okay, I did not see that coming. I'm not summoning you, Solaire. I know you want me to. Drop me something. Nothing. I like the atmospheric sounds of the Titanite demon breathing air, if he can breathe, that is. Who knows with an oddly shapen head like that? Come at me! Hit me! You did not hit me, haha! I kicked him. Very funny visual, but it did not help me. Oh! Come here, you big large thing. Don't come here. I think they glitched out a little bit there. I saw Ornstein standing still in an awkward animation. Silver Knight Straight Sword. So many letters it can't all fit on the screen. No, I don't want to equip it. I want to see it. See all those letters? They could only fit 18 letters. I don't get it when the text is limited like that, because I mean, these guys programmed the game. They could have programmed it so that all of the text could show, but I guess they chose not to. Sometimes if you stay extra close to an enemy, their attacks will go over your head, literally. I tried to dodge there. Thanks, animations. Come on. Don't blind me with your big butt. Okay. That death seemed a little less fair than the others, to be honest. Look at all these dragon heads, and that one, which for some reason has some weird polygons on its tongue. I wonder what that was supposed to be. Perhaps it was nibbling on some meat. Some chewable animal, perhaps. Or fish. Fish is technically meat, but it is from the ocean. It's ocean meat. Water meat, you could say. Okay guys, get out of my way. I'm coming through here. Dude, come on. That wasn't fair. That lightning bolt angled itself way too much. Yes, greed wins the day. Don't get too greedy. You might lose all of your stamina. You see, Ornstein gains Smo's largeness and keeps his lightning attacks. Meanwhile, Smo stays large and gains lightning attacks. If he is in the second phase, that is. Yeah, loop. Keep looping. Keep on looping, that's what I like to see. Thank you very much, kind sir. Thank you very much. I will take my microphone a little away from my mouth, because I think... Now it's back on. I think my microphone is very loud, so I've taken it a little bit away from my mouth. But anyway, there's the Leo ring. I think it's... what is it? What does it do? Boost counterattacks of thrust weapons. Thrust weapons, in particular. What an oddly specific thing. But anyway, here's some elevators. There's one big elevator, and... some statues. And one little elevator. So one for Ornstein, one for Smough. Smough, Smo. Smoey, Smough. Use Ornstein's soul. I use it. I use it. You don't have to, but I do. That's my preference. And then we can level up that dexterity. Maybe I'll do evenly dexterity and health from now on, I think. At least for a little bit. Maybe up to 25 or 30. And and then all the way into dexterity, just for the fun of it. For the laughs, for the giggles, for the googles. Ah yes, here is the big, massive, big, huge woman. For all of the... for all the perverts in the audience. But, too bad, perverts. I will take away your large woman. I will take her away. If I can find it. Longbow. Arrows. Here goes away your woman. Forever! She was a giant, but she was a weak giant, for she was an illusion the whole time. And this is how the actual Anor Londo is. It's actually dark. There is no sun here. Because all of the big sun people left a long time ago. And now we have the Lord Vessel. You're supposed to get it from talking to her, and then you can join her covenant. But who cares about all that? Now we can warp to lots of bonfires throughout the game. Not all the bonfires, but a good amount of them. But first we're gonna kill a little tiny scrawny man. I think I'm gonna warp though. Warp to Anor Londo. It's the first bonfire in Anor Londo. Anor Londo. And then we go over here. And there's a couple of secret zones around here. But first we're gonna kill the secret boss of Anor Londo. Come here, elevator. Elevate me. Elevate me downward. When an elevator is descending, is it then a descendivator? Or is it still an elevator, but just the other way? For some reason the sound cut out. There it is. Oh look, it's the Firekeeper. You can fight her to get her Firekeeper soul. She hates you now because of what you did, pretty much. She didn't like the secrets being out there. Can I parry you? Let me parry you.
I shall end your suffering here and now.
Hello? Why are you rolling?
It is the least that I can do.
Hello? Attack? You are not strong. You are weak. Oh! Except for when you parry, that is. Do not underestimate. Do not just attack, attack, attack. You must attack and then attack. You must kick and then attack, even. Yeah. Yeah. A kick, attack. The joke is that there was a game called A Tick Attack. Or Attic Attack. If you don't believe me, it's on the Rare Replay collection. It was made by Rare, that game company that never makes any games ever. There are a few out there like that, but that one, Rare, is really like that. They made Sea of Thieves and then never made another game, until this new game they're making, which still isn't out yet. That said, Sea of Thieves is not good. So, who knows if Rare should even make more games at this point, as a company. One interesting thing about this NPC is that she actually acknowledges your character's gender as male or female, depending on what you chose.
This land is a threat, Master Gwendolyn.
So that's something neat. And now we can get up to +4 because we're evil. Or whatever have you. Whatever has you have. Whatever haves you. Take this elevator down even further. You can get to the super secret super boss. That's not really a super boss. He's very strong in magic. However, not very strong in anything else. Has his own bonfire, though. If you come here before you kill the illusion, then you can enter this covenant, but only if you have the Dark Moon Seance Ring from the depths, from the catacombs. So if you want another multiplayer covenant, there you have it. Maybe when I do a magic run, I'll enter the covenant. He pretty much just stays back and shoots things at you until you're ready to run up to him and blast him. So a good strategy to get a lot of damage off on him is wait for his bow attack, because that takes a while for him to get out of, and then just wail on him. Yes, he is dressed as a woman, because he was born associated with, like, the moon or whatever, I think. And that they associated that with womanhood or whatever. So they raised him as a woman, even though he's a man. And that's the lore of the game. Anyway, weird lore aside, that's Dark Sun Gwendolyn. I might have gotten that completely wrong, but whatever. Lore is weird and odd. And I will eat his soul. Don't eat the Firekeeper's soul. It can give you 5 humanity. But is that really worth it when you could have more Estus? Here you have an empty chest. Who knows why? Who knows why it's empty? And then you have Sunlight Blade, a miracle that strengthens your weapon, but only if it's not a special weapon. Then you have flowers up there, because this is a big tomb to someone big and huge. And then there's the Bonfire Ladies set, the one that we just killed. That or who? That we just killed or who we just killed? There's a question for you. I would normally say who we just killed, because it was a person, and not a thing. We're up to 370. How about that? But if it's like an animal, then it's a that we just killed. Or like a monster. I could go in that door right now, but I'd rather have this be back up where it's supposed to be first. And then I'll just run down here to go through that door. You know, just in case I ever want to come back through here, which I probably won't. I probably will not ever come back through here in this playthrough. There's an armor set over there, and again, there's that spell. But what we want is the painting. We want to steal the painting. We want to jump at the painting, like in Mario 64. Quite literally, we're jumping into the painting. Welcome to the painted world of Ariamis. This was the first area they designed for the game, I believe. So it has a lot of... It feels like pretty much any mechanic you could find in the game is in this one little level. And I find it neat that they put in their own little beta testing level into the game as its own full level to explore. Enemies are tougher, so be careful, but they also give more souls. There are also unique enemies that don't appear in the rest of the game. Thanks for the kick. Very useful kick from you. That said, I would prefer the kick being on the... being as it is, as a combo attack. As opposed to what it is in Elden Ring. Also, that said, I would also prefer it to be its own button, instead of either of those options. And then you have these crows, they fly at you. These crows will drop Covenant items. Souvenir of Reprisal. I believe you give those to Gwendolyn, the Dark Moon Man, the guy we just killed. And then he will eventually give you the Dark Moon Blade. And you only keep it if you stay in his covenant. So be careful with that spell. Don't you go killing what you're not supposed to. Don't go disillusioning when you have that Dark Moon Blade. Because you want to keep the Dark Moon Blade. It's very powerful. It's much like the Sunlight Blade, only maybe stronger. Come on, man. Come on. These guys will toxify you if you get too close to them when they die. But you can also use fire on them to nullify the toxic. Before it can hit you, that is. Anyway, this is its own big whole area. There are items to find and things to explore, but who cares about all that? Let's just get through here and find that sweet boss so that we can get more souls and get more stronger. If you go up the stairs here, you can find a multiplayer item which lets you set down a little invasion summon sign so that when people touch it, that you can invade them. For some reason they kept it at this point, at this really weird point in the game, and not anywhere else. You have to get all the way over here in order to invade people. For fun, that is. You could invade them otherwise, through other means. But those other means are also, like, equally far into the game. There's all those guys. That was a Phalanx enemy. It was a reference to the Phalanx in Demon Souls, because it had all spears and shields and stuff. Watch out for the bone wheel skeletons. I didn't know that they could break that illusion too. Somewhere down here there's a key to the annex up above. Did he drop something? No. But we don't care about the key because it's unimportant to beating the area. What we need is this little crank thing. And that'll open the end of the area. And then we can pretty much run right through here. Or die. We could also die. I did not open the door. I did not open the shortcut door. That's fine. That is all fine. Broken straight sword. Of course it is. Of course it's a broken straight sword. Come at me, kill me, kill me. Kill me in particular. He almost did kill me in particular. There is another way into that skeletal chamber, which I will go to once I open the actual door. The shortcut door. So that we can cut shortly. His attack was going through me. My shield was not blocking it, but I was not taking the hit either. How strange. Here is where I died. You can see, because my soul is there. Come, little skelly men. Attack my shield, D. I want souls, cause I wanna go home. Lots of splishy, splashy water in this zone. No, 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 no. Oh. Do not let the bone skeletons overwhelm you, you fool, you foolishly foolish fool. Just heal. 2,000 souls each. Thanks, Silver Serpent. I should have homewarded boned. Because I would like to use a level. Level that up. Use some souls. That is not enough to level. How about that? How did that hit me? Come on, man. You know what you're doing, game. Come on, man. Anyway, we opened up the way to the end of the zone down there. So now it's a sprint straight from the bonfire all the way down here. A few fickle forms to take down before you get there. Watch out for the hanging fellows. Once they enter their climbing animation, you, for some reason, cannot kill them until they've finished climbing. I think that should change. I'm gonna run for office on that. That should change. That's not how the game should work. I'll put it into law, and then they'll have to update the game. I think this guy drops large Titanite shards. So if you want to grind off of this guy for large Titanite, then there you go. But it's much later than the slugs. And there's a lot fewer of him. But the drop chances are much higher. This boss is docile, so you have to choose to attack it. Or talk to it, or just leave the zone, or take its tail weapon. You can take its tail as a weapon. It's Priscilla, that's its name, or her name even, because she is a person technically, a video game person. You have to follow her footprints in the snow to see where she is. Attack her enough and then she reappears. Yeah, Priscilla's dagger. That is the hardest tail weapon to get in the game, and it is required for one of the achievements. I got an achievement! Really, who cares about achievements? No, that's not what I wanted to use. Was I not hovering over her soul? Wait. I used her soul, but it said twin humanities. Didn't it? I think it did. Well, how about that? Anyway. We're now out of the world. It gives you a homeward bone, but if you use it, then you go back to the Painted World bonfire, as far as I know. So you have to escape. Follow me, men. Follow me. Kill me. Kill me. I'm running. You cannot hit me, for I am running. And as we know, you cannot hit people as they run. They have invincibility frames for that. This zone is huge. It is massive, you could say. It is perhaps a little bit too big and empty. But I guess it does give you a certain feeling like there once were a lot more giants in this town, but now they're all gone and away from here. Waiting for that elevator, because elevators are super slow. That one especially feels super slow after you've beaten the game enough times. Oh yeah. She's dead. I can't use that bonfire. She's dead. So I'll have to use the Sen's Fortress bonfire. Those big guys were illusions too, by the way. So now you can just get their chests without them harming you. This guy is not an illusion, however. He is super real. And he lets you fly back down. So technically, you could just walk all over the map of Dark Souls, or at least throughout most of the map. With no warping at all. There are a few sections much later on that do require you to warp out of them. But they are very few and far between. Take me home, bonfire. I think 25 health is okay for now. Firelink Shrine Altar of the Sun. Gotta get that Estus up. I guess I'm not jumping that. Let me jump that. No! Let me jump it. No, not like that. No! Wah! Apparently I cannot jump that, so I will not. You take my soul. Eat my Firekeeper soul. Thank you. There are 2 more that we can get in this playthrough. Technically. You can talk to this guy and he will let you down here, or you can just fall down here on your own. Oop, I clicked something. And now the Steam overlay is up. You can't see it, but it's up, and now it's not. Steam overlay gone. And then you put the Lord Vessel over here. And now it's like certain areas that you couldn't access before are now open. You can now get to some of the super secret super bosses that are not that secret and you have to beat the game. But anyway, the first one we're going to will be next to Anor Londo, because that has the way of the DLC in it, and the DLC would be very nice to get to very soon. So Anor Londo bonfire, even though we cannot use the bonfire anymore. How high level are we? We're 68. How nice. What a nice number. Not like that other nice number that's around 68. But it's nice enough on its own, I think. We're gonna get to a bonfire where we can actually warp from, or rather warp to. And then we're gonna do DLC stuff, probably. If it's not too toughular. Here's a big boar. There's like 2 more fang boars in the game, and they're both in this hallway. For some reason. Okay. Uh-huh. There's some kind of attack you can do that goes through their armor. It might be on different weapons. But you just keep attacking. It'll eventually fall down. With the regular fang boar, its backside is open, so you can backstab it. But with these guys, they just don't let you do anything fun. They're fully enclosed, enclothed, and enclosed. Why do you hurt so badly? I wanted to do the jump attack there, but it wasn't letting me. Why would you not let me jump attack? Anyway, he did not drop anything. He did not. Yeah, there you go. Now if you could actually jump attack. Yes. Do that and keep doing that. No, don't do the sweepy, do the jumpy. Jumpy, sweepy, jumpy, sweepy. And they drop the fang boar helm. It's a helmet. It is big. It is costly to your equip load. But it is very armory. Very good for the early game if you can get it from that first boar. Enemies are enemies are tough here. If I can speak, that is. So don't take them too lightly. We can one-shot them, but don't take them too lightly. Take out all of the swordmen before the bowman. Because it's easier that way. It's just easier that way, okay? Just do it that way. We can two-shot these guys. How about that? Anyway, there's a Chandler over there. That one actually respawns, so if you want to farm his super rare equipment, you can. He can't figure out his way around the furniture, so he attack. Come at me, come at me. Look at me dance, come at me. This is who we want to kill, because he has the DLC item. Or at least he would. He doesn't have it yet, right. He does not have it yet, but he will. Once we do other things in the game. Ow. Ow. Why did that hurt me so? Aw, man. I never rested at that bonfire. So, I think I'll leave it here for now. And next time I will be at that bonfire and have that... and be near that channeler. Farewell.